Hi, guys, welcome to the Safe Space podcast. This is a podcast where we give each other safe space, we let our hearts out, and communicate everything that happens to a 20 something year old somewhere. So, welcome to this podcast. In this podcast, we'll be talking about everything and anything. No judgments, no hard feelings, just vibes. Welcome again. So in this podcast, I'll let my co-host introduce herself. My name is Pauline Wangoe.
My name is Mary Muthoni. Yeah, I do psychology. That's what I love. I care about your mental health. And in this podcast, we will get to interact more. Yeah, get into deep. Yeah.
Today's episode, we're going to discuss about attachment styles. And since we are psychology students, so obviously we're going to have so much details and so much theories that goes into these attachment styles and then explain how they've showcased themselves in real world. So attachment style, when we get what is attachment style? So we're going to use the theory, attachment theory, that was by John Bowlby. And it just says that humans have a need to form close emotional bonds, initially with caregivers, for survival and security. So, attachment style, for me, I would say attachment style is obviously everyone has their own attachment style, and it is what enables us to bond with one another, and it is what characterizes how one bonds with each other. So we have different attachment styles, or maybe you could tell us what is your understanding of attachment styles?
Okay, my understanding of attachment styles, ni- it's like what forms who you are, what forms your personality, what makes you to have that good self-esteem, what makes you to be confident. Yeah, that's my understanding of my attachment styles, or rather attachment styles. Yeah.
I think that is well said. So let's dive direct into the attachment styles that we have. So we have anxious attachment style, we have avoidant attachment style, we have secure attachment style, and we also have disorganized attachment style. So, it's about to get really messy because we're also going to explain what we feel like our attachment styles are. But before that, maybe we could start with secure attachment style. What a secure attachment style is, and the characteristics of someone who has a secure attachment style. So here it says that a secure attachment style in adulthood, is typically characterized by a positive view of oneself and others, leading to comfort with intimacy and independence, and fostering healthy and stable romantic relationships. So here, first of all, it talks about how secure attachment showcases itself in adulthood, but we all know that all attachment styles, they come from our childhood experiences, right? So for me, I think for someone with a secure attachment style, definitely their childhood was like, very secure, filled with love. Both parents are there. Both parents are very active. For you to have these characteristics where you're so secure, it's like the parents are involved in your life. You had some affirmations growing up. Your parents used to tell you you're beautiful. Yeah, things we can't relate, but we'll get there. So, what do you understand by secure attachment style? In your own opinion, what would you say?
Okay. By secure attachment style, I mean, um, those people who feel comfortable everywhere. Kuna zile attachment zingine tutafika hapo, but feeling comfortable around people, like you don't care what people say about you. You have that high self-esteem. You feel confident, like you don't care whether people will affirm you or not. You just feel okay. That's my understanding. Yani, I'm secure with who I am. I don't need affirmations. I don't need validations. Yeah, I'm just okay. I feel okay being who I am. Yeah, and that ilitoka kwa childhood. Maybe you had wale wazazi, they were present, they were like ever present for you, they kept on affirming you, but if they were absent,
So, would you say you're secure? You're securely attached?
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, I don't think I'm also securely attached, but we'll get to the reasons why. But to anyone out there securely attached, good for you, sis. Good for you, bro. You got this. We look up to you. So, also, let's see how secure attachment manifests itself in relationships. Like, how is a secure partner? What are the characteristics of a secure partner in a relationship? I feel for me, they are confident in the relationship and they do not portray like characteristics of distrust in their partner. They are okay. These are people who will support you in everything that you want to do. Like they will cheer you up because that is what they experienced growing up, you know? They have evidence of what that is. So, yeah, like I'd say, okay, now that we're getting deep, have you ever dated someone who is securely attached and maybe had an experience of that?
Maybe yes. I guess yes. Not really dating, but I have had friends when you're on a secure attachment. So they like wako so confident. They don't care. Like hawako anxious that maybe my partner will cheat. Maybe kambaya mbaya. Like wako tu sawa. They cheat. They don't cheat. I'm okay. But kuna other attachment styles when unapata. I really want those validations. I want my partner to keep on telling me they will not cheat on me. Yani, you understand? Yeah. I feel people with secure attachment, their parents really worked. Yeah.
I also feel like the people with secure attachment, you know, they have good relationships with their parents.
Yeah,
Like both parents. It's so important. I feel like you forming an attachment, you having a personality is influenced by how you are brought up. So if you're brought up in a two-parent household, you feel so it's you know you can be brought up in a two-parent household but one is not present. Like tuseme for example in most African families baba anakuja jioni anatoka asubuhi. You don't get to interact with your dad, you don't get to joke, you know. Like joking and interactions with dad is a rumor, but
An African family.
exactly. But there are some families, especially in the modern families, where like the father is present, he is very involved in your life. The mother is present. So growing up, you have a very good interaction and very good relationship with them. So that sasa talking ya kwa relationship, you're like, it's okay. If there's a problem, we can consult my mom. If there's a problem, there's dad. You know, they're very involved. So it makes you secure. It makes you feel like you have a guaranteed backup if anything messes up. So I feel like for the secure attachment partner, having them as a partner, it is really nice, really nice. I wouldn't say, have I dated? Anyway, let's not get so real about it. But I'd say, no, but it's a safe space, right? So I have seen friends who are secure. I have seen, yeah, I would say, actually, I think I have one of my friends who is very secure, comes from such a home, a modern family that the parents are all present. And you can see when she gets in relationships, she goes all in, you know, she trusts the person, like she loves wholeheartedly. And when it ends, it's okay, you feel the emotions and everything, but yeah, it was meant to end, and yeah, you're just grateful for how it was, and you're not blaming anyone, and you're not regretting for giving your love to them because you have seen that and you have experienced that at home. You get, I feel like the secure attached partners are the only people allowed to say they are loved at home because now they get to experience both love from both parents. Do you have anything else to add about secure attachment?
Maybe for me is to tell those people with secure attachment. Maybe they can tell us how they feel having those secure attachment, and maybe they have dated or they have friends with other attachment styles, and how is the experience? Yeah.
That would be really exciting. So if you're a secure attachment person, you can drop a comment there. Or if you've dated someone who is secure, please drop a comment and tell us the experience and tell us something. We may learn one or two things from you guys. So yeah, let's dive into the next attachment style, which is very interesting because one of us here has a personal experience.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna dive into anxious attachment style. So this stems from inconsistent caregiving in childhood. They often crave closeness and fear abandonment, which can manifest as clingy, needy, and sometimes demanding behaviors in their adult relationships. So I feel like this attachment style is close to home to one of us. So I'll let her explain what they feel as one of them, what they feel as an anxious attachment people.
So, I guess my attachment style is anxious from the psychological view, from everything. Like, I'm a psychology student, so I have gone through them. Now I feel I'm more anxious than any other attachment style. So mine comes from, okay, it's a safe space,
Yeah.
so I can talk
Feel
about
free,
it.
feel free.
It comes from I wasn't raised by my parents, so I didn't form that strong bond with my caregiver. You know, I come from okay, not that I come right now I'm in a good family, but by then I was in how do you call this, grandparents family, when I was so young, like
Yeah.
around maybe 6 months to the early
So your
the
early
attach
stages.
yeah,
Wow.
the early stages of development, that
Yeah.
is infancy, between 0 to 2 years. So I wasn't raised by my parents, and I didn't get to, the grandparents, they won't give you everything. So let me first of all warn you, sisi watu anxious attachment tunakwanga very emotional. So when you see me crying, it's a safe space.
It's a safe space. Feel free.
Yeah. So I wasn't raised by my parents, and I come from a single mom family by then, but now I come from a good family right now. So I didn't get to have the attachment with my mom through the winning stages, the playing and everything. So I didn't get everything as a child. So that's where my anxious attachment started. Like, I was so anxious. I didn't have anyone to rely on. My emotions, I wasn't emotionally stable because when I cry, there's no one to take good care of me.
Yeah.
So that's why it started. And right now, I have a very huge problem of being in a relationship. I can't stay in one relationship because, not that I can't stay, I can, because right now I'm self aware that this is my attachment style, but I feel I want reassurance every time. I'm so clingy. I want to be validated. You see? So that's why it started. Yeah, maybe you can explain more as I.
Uh, Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I know it takes so much for someone to be vulnerable. And as I say, there's a safe space and you can feel free to be vulnerable. So now that we're learning about it, I'd like to ask, like, now that you're brought up by your grandparents, was your granddad involved, or was it your grandmother, or was it both? And how much would you say they were involved? Like, did you feel like they're raising you as a close daughter, as one of their daughters, or were they just raising you as a granddaughter?
Okay, I feel they were both there, and I loved them so much. May they rest in peace. And I can say just like a granddaughter, juu tulikuwa wengi, si ati nilikuwa peke yangu, so I was among the grandchildren, not as one of them because they were also old. So pia kuna zile vitu haupati from old parents that your mom understands more. Yeah.
I totally understand that. And so, where did you get to link up with your mother now? Like, at what age did you get to link up with your mother? And after linking up with your mother, did you guys try to form a bond? And how is your bond growing, or how is your bond right now with your mom?
So yeah, I got to form the bond after linking up. That was ilikuwa around class 1. That is, tuko na miaka ngapi class 1? 10 years. Is it 10? 9. Yeah, around 9 years.
So much. No, you were like 6.
6 years. Class 1.
Yeah.
Walai. Wow. Okay.
13, I was in class 8. So it's 6 years.
Yeah, true. Yeah, 6 years. So that's when I got to know my mom better. But still, I feel hatuko the way we are supposed to be. Like, I'm supposed to feel secure being around her, but I still feel I was betrayed at a young age.
And
But
abandoned.
yeah, but I still feel she's a good mom. She's taking good care of me, but bado nakumbuka before. Yani, she's trying to compensate, but no,
You
it
still not
can't.
feeling it. There's
It
still some
can't.
wounds.
Sina ile bond, yani, the attachment between me and her. Yes, she's a good mom, by the way. She's a very nice mom. She provides everything for me, but
The
bado,
bond.
I can't even, there are issues that you can talk freely to your mom. I can't.
Okay. And that's okay. That's okay. So, how would you say you're working with that? How are you working towards creating a good bond with your mom? And how are you coping? Like, how are you? What are you doing to maintain a bond or to just create a bond with your mom? Are you doing something? Are you acting on it?
Yeah, of course, I'm doing something. So, what I'm doing is that I try to let her know that you did this, it affected. She might not know. She's an African mom.
Yeah.
She's an African mother. So, I'm trying to explain to her, especially after taking psychology. And first of all, I don't regret taking psychology because it's working for my own benefit. So, I let her know that you did a mistake there, or here. It affected me in this way, and this is how I feel about it. But do you mind? So that's why you find we're so close, but we're working on it. It's a working thing. It's not a one day thing. It's a working thing. Yeah, it's a process. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll dive. I know this is the anxious one will be a huge topic because we have one person to interview about it, and I'm glad you're being vulnerable. Thank you so much. We're learning so much from you, and we're getting to have so many deep insights about it. So let's get to a critical part of being an anxious attachment, and that part, drum rolls please, is the daddy issues part. So in your life, do you recall a part where you had a dad, or do you recall a part where a male figure played the role of a dad while growing up? This might get quite emotional, but yeah.
Yes, I have daddy issues. Like, I didn't have a present father. Okay, as much as he's there, not a biological dad though. Oh my god, why did I say this? But anyway, it's a safe space.
Yeah.
So, as much as he's there, I don't feel I can talk to him because how will I start? How will I do it? At first, I had a grandfather who was old. I can imagine when I was in Form 2, ndo alikufa na he was 96 years old. You can imagine going to tell him that you, as a tiny girl, you're telling an 8-year-old how you feel. He might not understand. So, yeah, daddy issues have been there. I can't really kumekuwa na male figures like from my family, but I can say not really. Do I say this? I can say that I can trust them with my issues, but we bond, we do other things, we have fun, but kuna those issues that you can't tell them. Okay, not that you can't. I just feel let me keep them to myself. It's a healing thing. It's a working thing. I'm working on it. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things with daddy issues, one thing that daddy issues does is it manifests itself now that you get into relationships. Like, you tend to look for a father figure in a person, in a partner, and you also tend to look for, a partner. You want the love, yes, but you also want the strictness of a father figure. So how has it manifested in your case when dealing with, in romantic relationships? How do you think it has manifested in your case?
Okay. Personally, I can say that I have really dated that person, or I have met that one person mwenye nataka kuwe the daddy figure, but I have met friends when I want to put them close, very close to me. You might even think we are dating, but we are not, simply because I feel they understand me more. when I get vulnerable, when I feel emotionally low, I can go cry, and it's a safe space for me. I feel it's very safe. So, and when I see like hawataki stories zangu, I withdraw. Like, okay, you know what? Si lazima. I can do it better on my own. Nilifunzwa kukuwa independent nikiwa mtoto, so it's not a big deal. I can do it on my own. Yeah.
Okay, so when you feel like, where you said you withdraw, when you feel like, okay, sorry, this feels like an interview, I know, but we just want to learn. So when you feel like you are withdrawing because you don't feel like they're offering the right support, do you think you withdraw because you fear they might abandon you after you trust your life with them? You fear they might abandon you, right? Yeah, because it manifests from childhood abandonment. Also, the fact that you said we learned that you guys are clingy and needy. Do you feel like you need validations and those assurance because there was no one to assure you growing up? Now you need them from the partner for you to feel safe, for you to feel like they want you. You need the validation, you need the assurance that they're not leaving, they're not abandoning you, and you need it so much. It can get overwhelming to the other side. Do you feel like that is a part of daddy issues manifestations?
Yeah, personally, I want you to keep on assuring me. Tell me I look beautiful.
Yeah,
Tell me I that's what I need. I want that validation. You know, Mary, you can do this. I always want that. I want to be heard, being told everything will be okay. I want you to be there. I don't want to lose you. I fear being rejected. Bro, nimerejectwa nikiwa mtoto alafu mimi nimekuwa mkubwa unakuja kunireject. Are you even serious? You better stay there. Do you need anything? I'ma provide it for you because it's that bad. I don't want to be rejected. I'll feel bad. Like kuni reject you're hurting me. Kuna ile want niko nayo na I'm trying to heal with you. So, you better stay there. Juu mimi sitaki kuumia. Yeah. That's how I feel. But right now I'm self-aware. I'm getting to know that si lazima nipate the validations. Yeah, I can do it on my own. Because right now I'm self-aware, but before that's what I was. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we have learned tons and tons and a lot from you, and thank you for sharing your personal experience. So I would say, for me as a psychologist, to any anxious attacher out there, I would say before getting into a relationship, please work on yourself. Gauge yourself and know what type of attachment style do you have. For example, and if you find you have an anxious attachment style, you can start with making your own affirmations. Waking up every day, affirming yourself, believing in yourself, trusting yourself that you can do this, affirming yourself you're beautiful, validating everything that you do, and also being kind and taking yourself really lightly. Please, before being kind to others, be kind to yourself, because how you treat yourself will really showcase in how you treat others. So start by loving yourself, treating yourself nicely, and yeah, really affirm and validate yourself. It goes a long way, because what you speak to yourself, it's what you learn and it's what sticks with you. You get? Okay, so can we move on to the next attachment style?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, now this might hit home to me, but let's go. The next one is avoidant or dismissive attachment, often resulting from neglectful or emotionally distant caregivers, and is characterized by strong preference for independence and a discomfort with intimacy, leading to emotional distance and a suppression of feelings in romantic relationships. So, you may feel free to ask me questions, because I might not be vulnerable enough, but I feel like for us avoidant, where would I say that my avoidance comes from? I'd say I'm actually not really an avoidant. I'm half avoidant, half anxious, right? Because growing up, just like you actually, so I am a victim of early pregnancy, if I would say that, teenage pregnancy, because my mom got me when she was 18. And yeah, so I had to stay with her mom, my grandmother. May her soul rest in peace. I really loved that woman. So growing up with a grandmother, she really treated me well, actually, so well. I can't complain. And we linked up with my mom, I think grade 3. Yeah, grade 3, it's when we linked up with her. So I'd say growing up, my mom and I have really had a very close relationship. I know that is what is opposite to you, but we have a very tight bond, a very tight one. Like, my mom every day knows whatever I am up to. She knows who I am seeing. She knows what I'm going through. If it's a breakup, she knows. She's very much involved in my life. We talk almost every day, and I actually call her my human diary because she gets to learn everything that is happening. What can I say? I remember when was it, April or May last year? Yeah, I went through a very good heartbreak. Let me call it good. But yeah, it happens. But yeah, I remember I talked to her. I showed her the culprit. This is the man. This is the guy. And she was like, "It's okay." I don't know. It feels so weird me being vulnerable. But avoidant, you don't have emotional whatever. You see, we have emotional distance. It feels like it's a joke we're telling when we're being vulnerable. But yeah. So she's very much involved, very much concerned, very much present. But when it comes to daddy issues, this is where I think my anxious attachment would come from. I'd say my daddy issues won't portray in my everyday life because I am very, very independent. If you know me, then you know I'm very independent. I do anything by myself. I'd rather crawl a hill or even cross the Red Sea before asking for help. Like, I'm that independent, and that is unavoidant. But then when it comes to relationships, it's when now my daddy issues come to play. Because now growing up, I wouldn't say I had a male figure to guide me or provide that male love or whatever. And I have grown up in a family or in a society where women have really been empowered. My mom said women are running businesses, women are girl bosses. So I have grown with a mentality that you don't really need a man to make it, and that really shows in my independence. Like, you can do it all without a man. You don't need help from a man in that. And that is so wrong, because we cannot exist without men. Let the truth be known. We may hate them, but we cannot exist without them, and they play a key role in our lives, right? So yeah, I would say it's the only way it maybe portrays in my romantic relationships is that now when I get too comfortable with a male partner, I'll be like, I want to feel that fatherly love. I want you to be strict with me. And nataka nikwambie, but then mi naenda out. No, nataka uniambie, no, you cannot. I want that strictness, that alpha energy, But then again, I still want you to treat me like your baby girl, But yeah, the Lord shall provide. The Lord always provides. And the Lord has been faithful. We are where we are. Don't think you have any. Do you have any questions for me? Oh my God! I am in the hot seat.
Okay.
Okay, feel free.
Okay. So how is it for you getting intimate with maybe a male figure or maybe your people?
As I said, it's so easy for me to get intimate with you as a lady. But I can open up to you like after 2 hours after meeting. It's so easy. But for a male, sis, I rarely even talk to them. Aye, bro, unaweza kumekiti pale and we will take some minutes before we get to talk, and I'll just joke with you, and I don't think we'll get to a point where we'll have a serious emotional conversation or get intimate. Another thing is, you get that I really fear the idea of intimacy with male partners. Like, I feel like I am that person who will stick to one guy just because I fear being intimate with other people. Like, you may treat me wrong, you may do what, but I'd rather stick with you who I felt some level of intimacy than going and trying to be intimate with someone else elsewhere. You get? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not intimate with the male gender, and it takes a lot for me to be intimate.
Okay, maybe I have a question on that. Do you fear you say that you are a victim of or you are a product of early pregnancy? Is it as a result of the same, or is it because you have those rigid boundaries, or how is it for you?
I wouldn't say that I fear intimacy because I was a product of early pregnancy. Or maybe, yeah, actually, now that I think about it. But as Gen Zs, don't we all fear being pregnant?
We all
We all do. I mean, why are you getting pregnant in this Kasongo economy? Exactly, we all do. And I don't think I fear getting pregnant at it because of it. Like I said, I believe as an as I get pregnant and I can raise the baby by myself, you see. But then again, I feel like I'm independent enough to do anything that comes my way and to achieve it very well. But I also, now my daddy issues then arise, and I'm like, I actually, right now where I am, I think I'm child free. I don't want to have any children in the future because, like, it's the trauma of raising a child alone or raising a child the way I was raised without a proper male figure. What if I get pregnant and the guy leaves? You get abandonment issues again. What if, how will that baby grow with abandonment issues without knowing the dad like I did? Or like questioning their mother's life decisions. So it gets me to a point where I don't really think I could put so much trust in a man and name him as my daddy, baby daddy, or you know. So yeah, these men, you can't trust them. You can. I did not say it, but yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, speaking of being child free, speaking of, are your parents not pressuring you? Won't they pressure you in future? African parents like you, man, I gave birth to you. You must, ni lazima jina irudi.
Okay. So, like I said, we are very close with my mom. Super, super close. And there's a conversation we actually had with her. And I told her, I think I want to be child free. I don't think I want to have children in the future. Of course, she had a problem with that. And she was like, it's just because you're 18. It's just because you're 19. When you get older, you'll get the point. But maybe, actually, it's true. Maybe she may be right. Maybe when I got older, I'll get, the urge to have kids. But that's why I said right now where I am, I feel like I don't even feel like I am responsible enough to have a child under my care. I still feel like, what? I know it's a learning process, but am I willing to learn? Are you sure I can take care of a life in me and outside me? Am I really that responsible? So, yeah, we've had that conversation. Also, it's really important for me when getting to know another person who is potentially to be my partner or something. I really let them know that where I stand or where I am, I want to be child free. When other couples are discussing, 4 kids, 5 kids, call them cash and banks, call them what, I am like, count me out. But yeah, that is for now. I don't know what may happen in the future, but yeah.
But I feel we still have time. Like the intimacy and isolation period starts from 18 to 40. See, it's 18 to 40.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of time to decide to work on it. Pia mimi sahi ukiniambia mambo ya watoto na kucut off. What do you mean I can be a mother right now? What do you mean that I'll raise a mini-me? No, that's not possible. So another question, maybe the last question. How do you feel about your boundaries? How? Can tell us more about it.
I think I really have strict boundaries, very rigid ones, because first of all, I am a firstborn, a firstborn daughter at that, and the only daughter. I only have like brothers. So being a firstborn daughter and being a firstborn, I am quite strict with how I live, with my life rules. I am quite strict. So my boundaries, I really have strict boundaries, and I love to stick to them, especially when it comes to male partners and that intimacy part. I really have Bro, I have been through so many talking stages that did not make it to the second talking stage, second level. Ni level 1, I can't do this.
Okay.
Yeah, because even when I talk to you, na like to kose kwele 1 or 2 in one decision or one part, then I don't think we can do this. You get? And yeah, I wouldn't. Would I say what am I doing to work on that? Guys, what am I doing? I think I'm trying. I am exposing myself more to secure people and trying to learn more from them because secure people wanaweza fanya usikie ni kama you are an orphan.
Yeah,
Ama you are with a person and like the kwanza with a secure person who with someone who the dad is very present. Unakaa na wao and the dad just calls, how are you, how is school, how is, alafu uko can't relate, but yeah. We're surviving, right? Yeah, hakuna mtu amechizi na hakuna mtu analala njaa. So I think ni God tu, mambo ya God ni mingi. He just ana make sure tu si wote tuna survive. Yeah. Do you have more questions?
No, I guess I have no question. Let me maybe they can tell us, how is it for you, those with avoidant attachment styles, those people who distance themselves, you're dating but you're so distant, those people who can stay with those anxious attachment people, those people with anxious attachment like me kwanza kudate mtu avoidant wewe ama kukuwa na rafiki avoidant, utafeel we ni orphan ama utafeel
Hakutaki.
utafeel utakikani, na sisi tunaogopa rejection. With them I still fear being rejected, but right now it's like I'm coping, I'm working on it. I'm doing good. I can say I'm doing good because saya tu niache, that's okay, that's your decision, it's not affecting me in any way.
I beg to differ.
Okay, let's talk about the disorganized attachment style.
First of all, being your friend at your coping. You know me, I know you at a real life level.
I'm trying, like
You're trying, but are you really?
I'm trying, like, haven't you seen any change?
Sis, do you want me to tell the world what juicy? I'm in bo sana. I'm in bo. By the way, but let me just tell you stories. Okay, you are crashing out. You no.
Sorry guys, I'm trying.
Yeah, you're okay. Fine.
Okay, you see, let me tell you. If it was like before, kama ni before, like ningejitoa, but okay, I know myself better. I'm trying to let me. Unajua sisi ni wale wa kiburi. Niongeze hata zodiac sign hapo. Niongeze my personality. I'm choleric. Sisi ni watu hatunanga patience. Umetukosea, let's move. Unataka kuni reject mimi? I reject you first, but right now I'm trying to work things out. Okay. Mbona ni nini ilikufanya ukafanya hivyo? I want to know. Kama ni before, ningekuwa nishatoka huko kitambo, but I'm trying. I'm doing good. Yeah. I got you.
I got you. Anyway, as Mary said, please feel free to drop your experiences down there. Let us know how you feel about it, about the styles. So, let's dive into disorganized or fearful attachment style. So, this develops from experiences of abuse, trauma, or inconsistent care, resulting in conflicting desires for closeness and a fear of rejection, often leading to erratic and unpredictable behavior in relationships. Okay, this is a bit tricky one because you see, for this disorganized attachment style, I think it's a mixture of, it's a fearful, what do they call it? A fearful avoidant.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture of anxious. You don't want to be rejected. At the same time, you don't want to seem desperate.
Yeah, true.
You see, like, yeah, and I know some people may go through that actually. You fear rejection. So, as an avoidant, as a fully avoidant, I don't think I fear rejection. I actually feel free after being rejected. But now for this fearful avoidance, I think that is what they fear the most. They fear rejection, and some of them will fear like, so like with how they react, sometimes they want to be clingy. You know, they want to be needy. Na kuna times wanataka tu wachane na mimi by the way. Niondoke. You see? So yeah, it might be a bit tricky dating someone like that. Sasa you don't know kama to get clingy. You don't know, it might be really tricky dealing with them.
Yeah, true. I also feel, do you know those people when it's like they are very disorganized? It's like, can we say bipolar? Not bipolar. It's not a right term to use, but wako na bipolar attachment styles. Because sometimes wako very present, at the same time wako very absent, and then when they sense that we don't fit in, they withdraw themselves. Ni kama wako na all attachment styles in one style. Yeah, that's why I understand disorganized. Yeah. Na wanapenda kuji-isolate sana pia. Have you seen a person with disorganized? Personally, I haven't met one, but online nimepatana na wao. Like naona people giving out their stories, this my attachment styles. Na nasema wewe ni disorganized. Yeah, I'm not ready. Yeah.
I have actually. I have a friend, a very close one. I know she might not recognize herself here, and you also know her, a very close friend of mine. So I would say she has a disorganized attachment style because she's very clingy from what I know. Like her love language is that physical touch. But then again, she fears rejection. And on top of fearing rejection, she fears attachment. She fears being attached. So she wants to get into a relationship, but she fears that the whole attachment thing, commitment is the right word. She fears being committed to one person, and I think that is because as much as she says she's protecting her heart, I'd say she is fearing rejection from the guy. Like when that time comes, like even when she gets into a relationship, she's half in, half out. She's ready. Ukimwambia imeisha wazi, she can't give it all, you get, because she fears when that time comes. Yeah. So I know someone who has such an attachment style, because at times she'll be clingy and like she'll needy, so that is being anxious, and then at times she doesn't want anything and when she's not feeling clingy or anxious, she just wants to isolate herself. She can actually go even for a week, mumtafutange na simu kwenye yako, na bethe uko wapi? Niko kwa nyumba the whole week. So yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. Also, do you think, now that I'm thinking about it, do you think that our birth order affects our attachment styles? For example, me being a firstborn, you being a middleborn. Is that the reason why you fear being abandoned? Because you feel like all the attention went to the firstborn and the secondborn, and the lastborn. Now that you're the middleborn, you feel like they don't have time for you. That's why you seek to want time from other people, from your partner.
Yeah, I guess pia hiyo ina affect our attachment styles. You like tunajuanga sisi middle children, tunakuanga the forgotten children. Like I was born as a third born. Tulizoea drama, like unajua drama between the first born and the second born. Wanakuanga kicompete. Like mimi nimezaliwa, niko tu hata hakuna mtu ananipea attention. Yeah. So that's it.
I'm really sorry for any background noise that will be corrected. I'd say me as a firstborn, that's why I think I don't fear rejection. I don't fear abandonment. Also, like I told you before, I've grown in a society where women are inborn leaders, women are running businesses, women are independent. So I've grown with a lot of affirmation and reassurance that I can do this. So with my level, firstborn, we receive so much attention because we're parents' first babies. So I have really grown with a lot of love, and I think that's why I don't fear rejection. Also, being the only girl, every attention is with you. Even right now, I can gaslight them. You know I'm your only daughter, right? You know you can send something because you don't have any other daughter. You can gaslight your way into getting what you want. So yeah.
To add on that, okay, I have something to add because we are 3 girls. So what you mean unataka kupewe attention kama nani by the way? Na wewe hata same mkubwa ama wewe si last born? Na hao wengine unataka wafanye nini? Yeah. So yeah, me I'm just a whole problem in one, but I'm not a problem. I'm not a problem. Yeah.
I'd say you're doing good. You're doing great, and your level of self-awareness is so amazing, and I am proud of how you're really trying to cope with it.
Yeah.
And I'd say, like, you're really doing really great, actually. Like, I love your self-drive. I love how ambitious you are, and yeah, you're doing good, sis. So I don't think there's anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add on today's topic?
No, maybe they tell us.
Yeah,
The
if
audience can tell us what have we not talked about, or what can you add?
yeah,
Add.
you can tell us on our comment section. Also, I would also like to really ask for your support in growing this podcast platform. It's a growing platform, and we are here to get messy, get emotional, get beautiful, everything. Cry, everything. Be vulnerable, as you have seen. So we're here to really dive deep and get deeper insights into everything mental health. And yeah, we are not really your big sisters, but we are your sisters. Whether big or small, we are your sisters. We can advise you, and you can get to advise us in the comment section. So thank you so much for keeping us company. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and also tell a friend to tell a friend. We have the Safe Space podcast. Till next time, bye.
Bye.